Francisco, our first chance to talk to you since the spending spree that took place this offseason. Just overall, what were your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the moves that this team made?
They're amazing. They're amazing. Starting from the front office to Billy, to Bach, to the new coaching staff, players, the new additions, trades or free agents. Everybody, they're good. They're good. What I've been sensing so far in this first couple of days is the amount of good people that they brought into the organization. Steve Cohen and Sandy have done an amazing job.
Obviously last year was the first year that you had been traded, different organization. I would imagine a lot of change for you to kind of wrap your arms around. Just as you reflected back on last year, what did you learn from the experience that you think you can take forward into this season?
Like you said, I tried wrapping my arms around it. I tried to give her a big hug, and I'm not that big, so there was a lot of leakage. Life was a little faster for me last year, and I tried to give it my best. I gave it my best. I just wasn't as productive as I wanted to be, and then the injury came. So I think this year, I know this year, all I did during the offseason with my workouts was making sure I had time to separate my workouts and be with my wife, my baby, recover. And I think that's something I've done really good in the past couple of years. And last year, everything kind of blended together. So this offseason, it was all about preparing myself to be a husband, a father, a baseball player, and a regular person at the same time. So just trying to establish different things so I can, like you said, wrap my arms around it. It's different having you guys here. Wow, no mask either.
Just to follow up on what Steve just asked, as you reflect back on last year and particularly the slump to open the season, how much of that do you think was due to those factors of trying to impress a new team, trying to impress a new fan base, all that stuff, as opposed to just your run-of-the-mill typical slump?
To be honest, if we talk about last year, I didn't feel like I was slumping. I wasn't hitting. Obviously, the numbers weren't there, but I felt like I was having good days. I was just inconsistent. I wasn't consistent every day, so it led into a 190. I think I hit the first month, or 200, whatever I hit. I just wasn't consistent. Like I'll come in one day, give 2 hits, and then no hits for the next 2 days, and then start a series not having success, but then have success the last day. So I wasn't putting bricks every single day. And to have a wall, you got to put the bricks every single day. I was just putting bricks every 2 days. And it wasn't what I wanted. It was a lot of things happening. And I was trying to get my routine. But ultimately it comes down to me not being consistent. And I think that's something that I have to do this year, be more consistent from the beginning. It's just life was a little fast for me. So it's part of the game. Live and learn, and I'll be better for sure.
Mark, go ahead. So last year, obviously, you're the big acquisition, and everyone in New York, the press, media is all focused on you. This year, a lot of other acquisitions. Is there some comfort that maybe the spotlight is not going to be on you every day?
I never really looked for the spotlight. I guess it comes with the territory. It's part of it. I'm happy we got some new guys. I'm happy to share my experience with them. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna do me. It wasn't about the spotlight or not. I'm pretty sure if I perform, you guys will all be here, and if I don't perform, you guys will all be here. So it is what it is, I'd never really been a guy that wanted the spotlight. I was seeking for the spotlight. If I have the spotlight, love it. I'm not gonna shy from it.
Tim, go ahead. What would you tell, or what will you tell the new guys
this year about your experience last year, if you have any advice or anything like that?
To focus on their craft every single day, and that comes with focusing with winning. You know, whatever it takes to win, focus on that. Focus on that process. Don't focus on the process of all the results and the what things are being said. Just focus on playing the game. You know, you're here to play the game. If you do that on a daily basis, life will definitely slow down and you'll be fine. You know, and the fans, they want something to embrace you. Something I stole it from Buck, and I hit home. You know, they want something to embrace you. You know, the fans want it. They cheer for you. If you don't give them that, you're gonna hear. So just do whatever it takes to focus on the process, play the game right, do every single little detail right, and good things will happen.
Sandy said in the offseason that players, can get more comfortable and more accommodating with the demands here after their first year. Having gone through last year, how better equipped do you feel to handle all of that?
It feels great. I know every field here now, so it's fun. And even though there's new faces this year, I feel comfortable. You know, I feel comfortable being around the clubhouse, being around you guys, being around teammates and everybody. So it's just, it's the second year. I feel more comfortable.
Isha?
You mentioned Buck. Is that something that you've talked to him about so far, handling the fan base and being in the spotlight?
No, it just kind of came up. You know, it wasn't like I was seeking for something. Buck, it's he's a good guy. He reminds me a lot of Tito, and I'm very excited for the years to come having him as a manager. And it just came up, you know, and in the conversation he said what I said, embracing the fans want to embrace you. So it hit home. You know, it was a different way of seeing things.
Joel, in a couple of your answers, you used the term that things moved fast last year.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go deeper with that? What moved fast on you and why?
Well, I had a baby. You know, my wife had the baby. So that's number one. You know, trying to make sure she don't fall down the steps. So that's one thing. The other thing was the routine that I had in years previous. It wasn't there. Routine, I mean by showing up to the field, the time I was going to hit, the time I was going to maybe chill in my chair. You know, it was different. So things were a little faster. I was prepared for every game. I was prepared because I would study, I'll do my homework. But when you go with your life really fast, by the time you lay in bed, you're like, wow, I'm really tired. The day went by really quick. But if instead of taking a step back and slowing it down and controlling what you can control in the moment, when you lay down in bed, it's like, yeah, I had a good handle of the day. So I kind of felt like that with my at-bats. Sometimes I would go up to the plate. The days I was successful, I would go up to the plate, and I was under control. I could control everything but the results. The days I was really fast, pitch after pitch was really fast, and trying to make the adjustments and trying to figure everything out. You know, I was in the dugout, and it was like, wow, I just finished that at bat, and it felt like it was in the box for 1 second. You know, towards the end of the year, I was starting to figure out. I had more notes on guys. I had more notes on fields, on home plate, how the batter's box fell, and all the different things that make me be a little bit more present, be in the moment, and controlling what I can control in that moment.
Sure. You came here with pretty much a spotless reputation, not only playing, but off the field, and that took some hits last year. Do you have any regrets that you signed the long contract to be here?
Oh, no. I'm super happy I'm here. It's a blessing to be a New York Met. to represent the Mets and the fans organization and the Cohen family. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have this opportunity. I felt like I had success last year because I learned a lot, and to me, success is based on how much you learn and the process. So, yeah, we either make it to the playoffs, and that's the only thing that's holding me. Like I'm still holding. It's like, we didn't make it to the playoff. We were right there, and then the last month and a half, I couldn't help the team enough to make it to a playoff. But I'm super happy I'm here. I still got 10 more years. So you guys will be seeing me for a very long time. So I'm happy. I'm happy. It's a blast. It's a blessing.
Tina, go ahead. This is counter to everything that you would give advice to a younger player. But the question is just when you look at how much we've talked about what Steve spent on the team, the actual names on the roster, the expectations are there. So how do you embrace those type of expectations and be able to go out and produce like you want?
Well, my expectations for myself are bigger than anybody else can put on me. So that's the number one thing. I expect myself to go out there every single day and give it my best and do the things the right way and help the team win. And when it comes as a team, people is gonna have expectations. People are they're gonna bet on our team. They're gonna bet against our team. They can do whatever they want. At the end of the day, it's our core, it's our group, and if we stay together and we focus on little things and we embrace everybody around us and everybody that's in the clubhouse, we're gonna be successful. So people, let them have their expectations they want, gamble, do whatever they gotta do. It makes it fun. It makes the game a little bit more interesting.
Mike? No, you're good.
Mike, we lost the microphone already.
How much did you allow me to bring back for Baez to come back, and kind of did you talk to Steve about it, and were you disappointed that it didn't happen?
Yeah, Baez is a good friend, and he had a good last 2 months here, whatever time he spent here. But he got what he deserved. He said he was happy, so I'm happy for him and his family. And the Mets had a different plan. I'm a New York Met, and whatever plan they have, I'm right there with them. Steve had a different vision, along with Sandy and Billy. They had different visions, so I respect it. Ultimately, I'm a New York Met, so I'm invested. I'm all in New York Mets. I wanted him to be here, but he's not. So now I wish him nothing but the best. I will continue to talk to him, and hopefully we see him in the World Series against us.
Also, in the offseason, some of the details came out about your altercation with McNeil that season.
Mm-hmm.
In retrospect, do you think it was too forceful a response, and you regret that it happened?
This is something that's in the past. Me and McNeil, we have been good ever since then. We've continued to play the game as hard as we can, and ultimately we're too competitive that we want to win. We want to do whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes for us to win. So yeah, it's in the past.
Did Buck address that situation at all since you talked to him?
Which one?
Got in here? The incident from the off season between you, or from the season with you and McNeil.
No. There's nothing to address. It's no.
Mark, what's it been like playing with Robinson, these last couple of days?
He's a good guy. I grew up watching him play. He's really smooth and calm about things, and it brings a little bit of a sense of calmness. Watching him take his swing and how slow he do things. I respect him. He's a good guy. So I'm happy he's here.
Just have you noticed any leadership change in the clubhouse, given the players that the front office added this season and Scherzer now coming back?
Well, the leadership, it starts with Billy and Buck, So that's the number one thing. That's a big change. You know, we had 2 guys last year. Rojas being really good. But it changed. So that's the number one thing I noticed. And then with the players, Scherzer's it's fun to be around. He's Scherzer. And DeGrom, he's quiet, but you know when he walks in, he has a presence. You know, it's DeGrom here. So yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, Dan. To follow up on the last year, you got away from your routine or had trouble sticking to it diligently. I remember at the beginning of last spring training, you said that in 2020 you got away from lifting weights as often as you did previously or wanted to. Are you confident that this year you can find your routine, stick to your routine, and have success with it?
Yeah, I hope. If I don't, I'll be sitting here a lot more talking to you guys about it. But no, I was doing my stuff. Yeah. It was just really fast. I was doing everything. I was studying, I was sleeping, I was eating right, I was lifting. I stayed consistent with what I was doing. It was just things where life was faster. I don't know if you have experienced that when you do the same things you do on a daily basis. It was just like a faster day, and that's kind of how it felt last year. I'm not blaming it on that's the reason why I didn't have success. It's me. I didn't have success. It's my fault. Or I felt like I had success. So I didn't put in the numbers that people wanted and that I wanted. But I was doing everything. I can't blame my lifting, my diet. I can't blame nobody else but myself. It was me. I did everything. I took my ground balls. I did my BP. I did everything. It's just, I guess part of the game. I don't know.
Last one, Joel. 2018 was probably maybe your best season, and if you kind of just look, every year since then has been down a little bit. One of the theories that came along is prevalent is maybe you sold out the power and you've lost some other stuff. Do you believe that, and do you believe 2018 is still in you, that those kind of numbers can be produced?
100%. 100%. I can play, man. I can play. And I don't think I have hit my peak yet. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about every year being trending down. I can play. 2018 was a fun year. 19 was fun. I think I would have had a better year if I didn't injure my calf and started in the DL. I didn't start in the DL, but I did start in the DL that year. And 2020, pandemic year, completely different. But I can play. I can play.
I just go thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody.